All right, moving on to the next category. This is best use of soundtrack music. As Brennan noted at the top of the show, this can be original or pre-existing. We love a good needle drop.
Yeah.
Either counts here. So Jay, what do you have as your 5 nominees?
Yeah, this is always one of my favorites. My first nominee is going to be a song called Le Monde from the movie Talk to Me. It's in this very like energetic montage sequence when they're kind of all partying. It's just far and away, I think, the best sequence of that film, which I think is overall okay, but that sequence is really kind of captures the energy that I wish that whole movie had. The I Will Always Love You Dolly Parton version from Priscilla, I think, is one of the best moments of the year. I think actually one of Priscilla's greatest assets is that it doesn't have the licensing rights to the Elvis music.
Yep. Agreed.
I think Sofia Coppola takes full advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
The push sequence from Barbie, one of the funniest moments of the year. You talk about one of the funniest moments, best laugh moments in your earlier category, JD. That was one of mine for sure.
Yeah.
How about the entire soundtrack of The Killer, The Smiths?
The Smiths.
That's good.
Yeah.
The idea of that is one of the best kind of ideas that anybody had for music this year. But my winner is actually going to be the utilization of the original Godzilla theme in Godzilla -1.
That's a good point.
Anytime that shows up in the movie, it sent chills down my spine. Just dun,
That's good.
dun, 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 dun. Just so
I like Jay's cover
thrilling.
of it.
Yeah, so good. And I kept thinking of what's that rap song that used that beat? I can't remember. But there was one time at the end in the battleship, it's like dun 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 dun. I was like, oh, they're gonna do it. Here it comes. And obviously they were never going to, but it crossed my mind a couple times.
How would you feel if they actually did do that? Would that have taken you out of the movie?
Would have been the best
in that
movie.
particular movie, yes.
Would have been the
Yes, it
best
would have.
move of any movie this year. Would have been the #1 movie of the year. Then.
Dun, 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 dun.
I think what I love about the use of it though in that film is you hear that that melody that Jay was mimicking there, and it's a little bit of a slow build the first couple times you hear it, and then you get to that final action beat at the end where it goes full bore into the whole thing. And if you're not standing up and applauding and cheering, I don't know what you're doing. It's incredible. So good.
Okay. I have a lot of different ones than Jay. Only that I do agree. I have a song from Barbie, but it's one of the original songs. I have "Dance the Night Away" from Dua Lipa, which I think not only is utilized, I think, the best of all the songs and of the cast, but it has one of my favorite moments in the film where it's Ryan Gosling's pouty face getting onto the dance floor and doing the dance moves. Absolutely, just hilarious. And then also I have a track from The Killer, from that was of the Smiths. It's "How Soon Is Now" from when, and that is of course right when he's trying to pull off the first hit. Then the other two needle drops I have are "Last Train to San Fernando," which is used during the opening credit sequence there for Wes Anderson's Asteroid City. If that didn't put a biggest smile on my face right into Asteroid City, I don't know what did. It's typical Wes, just being able to pull some like song that it like feels like out of an only time in which he can bring that into, and I love that. The Power of Love, if Frankie Goes to Hollywood and All of Us Strangers. Just thinking about that, you might want to cry. It's okay. We'll talk about it later. And then the other original song I have on here, and my winner is "Live That Way Forever" from Iron Claw. And it's not necessarily the way it's used in the credits, though you want to use that version, you can, but in the film, it is used right before all the tragedies and everything start to hit. And
it's the actual performance of it from, I think it was the brother Mike is the one that performs. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes, and it's an encapsulation of everything, obviously, that's going to lead up to that with the family and whatnot. And it just, that moment there of them having that one of the only last times we'll all be together and they feel like they are riding high. only for that family to fall down. I mean, it's an incredibly moving moment, and yeah, it's a pretty darn good little song as well too. So
That
yeah,
movie's good at using music.
yes, it is.
It is
Mm-hmm.
very good at using music. I have The Iron Claw as a nominee for me. I didn't include Live That Way Forever, which is by the film's composer Richard Reed Parry, as well as Little Scream, I believe the folk artist.
Correct.
Is what she
Correct.
goes by. Because I think the year has been so strong for Needle Drop specifically that aren't songs written specifically for their respective films. I wanted to focus on the needle drops themselves more than anything else. But The Iron Claw has a wonderful needle drop of Tom Sawyer by Rush, making for one of the best montages of the year. So I have that as a nominee for me. I have The Power of Love by Frankie Goes to Hollywood from All the Strangers, another nominee for me. I agree with you there, Ryan. September by Earth, Wind, and Fire from Robot Dreams. Tyrone by Erykah Badu from the movie They Clone Tyrone, which is that one I kind of want to pick as my winner, even though I haven't, because it's just such an interesting anomaly for a song that's kind of existing in this space as being both a needle drop and an original song for this movie. Because the song originally came out in 1997, but she came back and re-sang some of the lyrics to fit the movie They Clone Tyrone, which is really interesting. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that. So again, Tyrone from Erykah Badu, another nominee for me. My winner, and I won't go too far into this because I talked about it a lot during our best scenes of the year, but Nina Simone's Feeling Good, which closes the film Perfect Days, the Wim Wenders film, is my winner here for best use of soundtrack. I think it's really powerful stuff. One of the best scenes of the year and one of the best performances of the year, which I'm sure we'll talk about in a little bit as this award show keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to also highlight, I don't know if it's a nominee for you, JD, so I don't want to jump the gun too much, but for how great this year of needle drops have been, I do want to give an honorable mention for one that just missed my 5. I did not care for the movie The Creator all that much, the Gareth Edwards film, but there's a drop of Radiohead's Everything in Its Right that absolutely rips. So I at least want to highlight that this was a really great year for just simply music in general in movies and how they're utilized. But anyway, Feeling Good by Nina Simone and Perfect Days is still my winner.
To the point of Brendan talking about Erykah Badu re-recording lyrics, I do want to say that EMF did record their song Unbelievable for the commercial for Crumb Believable, which I think is a similar instance of that happening.
Okay. Thanks for noting that.
What the hell is going on?
Yo,
Like that is
Unbelievable. Remember that one?
no. JD, just, what kind of anecdote is that? Good Lord.
We have now made a full transition to commercials.
We're an hour and a half in, and I don't know.
They're
what Jay's
regretting
talking
bringing us back, Ryan.
Where are we now?
I'm doing fine. I don't know about you.
That energy back to the show. God, I love it.
I've lost my place.
Unbelievable.
Okay, my nominees for best use of soundtrack music. I have Dear Alien from the cast of Asteroid City.
Oh, I
Feeling
love that.
Good, Nina Simone. The ending scene to Perfect Days. Gotta love it. September, Earth, Wind, and Fire from the film Robot Dreams. Love that one. This is probably going to surprise many. But my next nominee here is, this is a long title, Why May I Not Go Out and Climb the Trees? This is from Daniel Norgren from the film The Eight Mountains. It's a song, a motif that plays throughout that film that I feel like fits the tone and aesthetic of that film impeccably. It's a great use of folk music that I love in general, but as far as use of music goes, I'd say that one is, it's one of the best of the year, hands down. And look, as much as I love Barbie, some great uses of music in that film. But my last nominee here, I like it better than anything in Barbie. Jack Black, Peaches.
It's okay.
Peaches.
It's okay.
Super Mario Brothers.
It's okay.
And
You can have that
since
one.
that is the objective best selection.
Stop
from
using
any-
that word. We seriously need to stop using that word.
Oh my God.
Objectively,
You
we
need to
gotta stop
calm
using
down.
that
I'm
word.
just trying to have a little fun here. Relax, my man. We're having some fun. We're
So am I.
enjoying.
If
We're
you-
celebrating.
So am I.
These
If
are
that
my
doesn't sound
nominees.
fun,
I'm
you don't
trying to
know how
have
to
some
lead me
fun.
then.
It's okay. Relax. It's okay. Calm down. Love me some Jack Black. Always having a lot of fun. Anytime he performs that, I could watch the TikTok 1,000 times over. But my winner for this, all joking aside, is Earth, Wind, and Fire, September, in Robot
Great
Dreams.
stuff.
This is an incredible use of this song. I mean, the first time
Yeah.
we hear it and how it embodies the friendship between robot and dog, it's so endearing to watch. And it's something that bonds them together, which is why when it's brought back later on in the film, without getting into spoilers, the way that song is utilized, I love the dichotomy of it being as heartbreaking as it is lovable and heartwarming all at the same time. It's such an impeccable use of that music that I just fits that world immaculately. I love it. So yeah, great song, but especially utilized to perfection in that film. So that is my winner.
Great
September,
stuff. Great
Earth,
stuff.
Wind and Fire.